A former three-term deputy president of the Senate, Ekweremadu, was on Friday jailed in the UK for 9 years and 8 months for an organ trafficking plot. His wife, Beatrice, was also jailed for 4 years and 6 months due to her more limited involvement in the plot, as the court described Ekweremadu as a driving force throughout the process. A medical doctor, Obinna Obeta, also bagged 10 years after the judge found that he had targeted the potential donor who was young, poor, and vulnerable. Meanwhile, the Apex Igbo social-cultural organization, Ohanaeze, has berated the federal government for not helping the embattled senator. The prosecutor, Davis Casey, said the 3 defendants were guilty of trafficking with the highest level of culpability. Ekweremadu, who served as the Deputy Speaker and Speaker of the Economic Community of West African States Parliament, was arrested on June 23, 2022 by the London Metropolitan Police for reportedly conspiring to bring a child to the UK for organ harvesting. The police said investigation into the matter was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offences under the modern slavery legislation in May 2022. He said the child had been safeguarded and was working closely with partners on continued support. His case was scheduled for further hearing on July 7, 2022, after which he was said to have been found guilty of the allegations and remanded in prison, awaiting sentencing. Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor and National Modern Slavery Lead at the Crown Prosecution Service, Lynette Woodrow, said, "It had been our first conviction for trafficking for the purposes of organ removal in England and worse." The court said the doctor lied to doctors and falsely claimed the young potential donor was a cousin of the senator's daughter, Sonia, who urgently needed a transplant. The judge said the 3 left the potential donor facing a substantial and long-term impact on his daily life. In a victim's personal statement, the 21-year-old Nigerian market trader told the court he used to pray every day to be given the opportunity to come to the UK to work or study. He said to make it happen, he agreed to medical tests in Lagos and meetings with doctors in London, believing that they were required for his UK visa during the COVID-19 pandemic. The 21-year-old said he only realized that it was planned when he met doctors at the Royal Free Hospital in London who began discussing a kidney transplant. He told the court he would not have agreed to it, adding that his body was not for sale. The victim is now being helped by a charity in the UK, according to his lawyer in Nigeria. In his statement, he said he couldn't think of going back to Nigeria because the people for which he was being prosecuted were powerful people and that he was worried for his safety. He refused to apply for financial compensation from the Ekweremadu family, telling a detective he did not need anything from them. During the court proceedings, former President Olusegun Obasanjo wrote to the UK court begging for leniency. Also, the House of Representatives appealed to the court to temper justice with mercy, while urging the federal government to take diplomatic steps to intervene in his trial. Reacting to the UK's court judgment, the spokesperson for Ohanaeze, Chief Alex Obonia, said the federal government did nothing to help Ekweremadu. In an interview with correspondents, he stated they did not treat him like someone who has served meritoriously in this country. Rather, while he was facing the travails, the federal government came out with charges and allegations of corruption and seized his properties. Describing the judgment as shocking and painful, the spokesman said Igbo leaders would pay Ekweremadu a visit soon, adding that the former lawmaker would come out of the experience stronger and better.